Hello YouTube, this is NASCAR 48 WWE Buff here with the INORL Snap-on Cup Series Season 1 Race 5 here from Fontana, and we welcome you to the Snap-on Cup Series pre-race show. Yes, that is right, I am doing a pre-race show now before my races. About 10 minutes long, maybe longer. First time doing it, so I thought it'd be a cool idea. I don't recall anybody else doing this. I prefer not that. I prefer that no one else takes this idea really. Till I would like for anybody to take the idea. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about subjects that's been going on for this race. We're gonna interview some drivers and whatnot. Now, I don't really have that many categories we can start with to talk about. I'll try to as we go along. We'll get more and more, but for now, playing this one by ear today. As we see on the front row here today is Charles Samper, as he's the first car of the Fast 8. Top 8 positions are what I call the Fast 8. Now, if you notice on Atlanta's starting grid, how come only 8 drivers were named, how they had their names? That's because they were the Fast 8. The rest, well, you didn't get in the Fast 8, so you're starting from 9th to the back. As congratulations to him, then you have William Duncan right there, as he's one of the drivers we will be interviewing later on here. Then it's Pichu London in the 10, Sean Galligan in that 5 machine for that beautiful Take a Million Teachers car. Nice paint scheme that he has right there. Then it's Charles Jackson, and Max Tender, one of your race winners, up here in the front starting today. Then James Silverfox and David Valzak. Take you back up front here, as we have only one past winner in the top 8, as we've had 4 different winners for 4 races this season. That would be Jake Rogers, Max Tendler, Mark Holbert, and Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater, your 500 winner. Now let's take you around the field and show you what's been going on here lately. Already, the talk of the story is this 3 car for Charles Sanford. Mark Holbert, another RCR, getting a win last week in those RCR engines, or ECR engines, whatever one you like to call it, and those RCR chassis. RCR has been not that strong early on, except for when Holbert got that win at Atlanta, and I guess they're trying to turn it around. And Sanford said that his car's been great all weekend. It's fast. He had an outstanding time in the qualifying session, as he was almost 3/10 faster than William Duncan. I don't know how it's going to be for his race setup, but obviously if they can get his qualifying setup that good, then they can probably do that well with his racing setup also. Another talk is, there is 3 Stewart-Haas racing cars within the top 8, the Fast 8. Pichu London in the 10, Max Tender in the 4, which is your Las Vegas winner, and David Valzak, the Poland man. As Stewart-Haas has been fast all weekend, as they did amazing in the practices, outstanding in qualifying, as you can see. But the only one for their team that's not doing that well right now, who hasn't showed the same speed as the others, is Kostanowski. As you see, he's starting way towards the back, just above the top 30, it looks like. So I don't know what's going on with him this weekend, but obviously he's not doing as well as his teammates. As you see, Pichu London going to start here. He said that his car's been tight all weekend, but they think they got a setup where they're going to make it a little bit looser for this race. Max Tender says his car is perfect, just not as fast, but it has that handling, what he thinks that's going to be the deciding factor today. And David Valzak has just not said much. He said his car's just been perfect. That's all he said. That's all he said in one interview. He said perfect, and he went right back to his hauler. So obviously, I guess he's probably going to be doing good. Another person we need to talk about is, well, 2 people, Charles Jackson and Sean Galligan. As these 2 have been having pretty rough seasons, but they're looking to turn it around here at Fontana, as maybe hopefully they can turn it around. Another person we want to talk about is the 11 of Austin Talley, as he's been rumored that he might lose that ride. Maybe. I don't know, but there's been a heated... Austin Talley is not liking his car owner from what we have seen. So I don't know what's going on between those 2, but if they want to win a championship, they might want to get it together. As we're going to take you to our race interview with William Duncan. we interviewed William Duncan earlier as we asked him some questions about here at Fontana, and he has agreed to answer them. We also interviewed Jake Baskinger back in that 18 Snickers car. As you can see right back there. We will get to his interview in a minute. Now, we asked him earlier, think you can win here at Fontana? I've never won there before, but we'll see. We also asked him, how come it seems like your teammate Brendan Patterson is holding up the team? Because it has seemed like Patterson has been the only one getting these good finishes, really. He says, I've known Brendan for years, and I know how talented of a driver he is. He didn't really say much on why he thinks he's doing that well, but obviously I don't think he wants to comment on why Patterson is holding up the team, because I think William in that 6 car agrees with it. Oh, we also asked, what's been wrong with Paul Swanson all season? Back in that 99 car, as it seems like the 99, a driver for Williams' team, has just not been doing any well. Just bad luck, or just not been doing good. I don't even think he finished within the top 30 yet. I'm not sure. He said, I really don't know where you're getting that from. He made a mistake at Rockingham, but that's it. He's just had bad luck. Obviously, William did not agree with that question with us. We are sorry, William, but it's the media. Next question is, think some of your team's bad luck might change here at Fontana? Well, there's a lot of unknowns in racing, but we just need to strap in and hope for the best. So obviously, they're hoping that it does change, and they say there's a lot of unknowns, but maybe one of their drivers could pick up a win today. We gotta thank William Duncan for letting us do that interview, as it was real nice for him to let us do that as we asked him those questions. Now we're gonna go back here to Jake Baskinger, get his interview that we talked to him earlier, as his team has been struggling all season, but JGR has been known to do well at Fontana, so maybe they could turn it around here today. We asked him, how do you think your team will do at Fontana? I hope we do great here. Not much of a talker, but, well, I mean, he just likes to be straightforward with us. We also asked him, what's been wrong with your JGR team lately? He said, just snagging onto a top 10. We can't complete the deal. As they have been snagging onto top 10s. They just can't complete the deal. They would go to a wreck or something stupid getting them into a wreck. So obviously that's just not helping them today. Or the past couple weeks. We also have any drivers that might get fired from JGR? As of right now, no drivers. Maybe an aircrew member of the 11 team. So obviously that 11 car behind him is having a lot of troubles getting their act together. So they might want to get it together or they're going to get fired. We also did, think you can win Fontana? Obviously he thought this was a stupid question, but he said, what do you think I'm going to say? Of course I think we're going to win. A little chuckle there he gave us. As that's Baskinger's interview, as he's keeping high hopes and smile on his face even though, well, his team ain't doing that good. There were your interviews from William Duncan and Jake Baskinger. Now let's go a little bit more through the field here. As Jackie Tang in the 51 machine in that Grant 51 Chevrolet, he's had a pretty quiet season, trying to stay up there and get some wins and stuff. Take you to the field. Here's Mark Colbert. Great job holding off James Silver Fox for the win last week at Atlanta. He's had a pretty strong car in practice today, so hopefully he can make something happen and maybe pick up two in a row and be the first two-time winner this season. Here's Fitzwater, your Daytona 500 winner. He's really not done the greatest ever since that win. He's been kind of quiet about midfield most of the races. But I mean, what he did back at Daytona to win the Bud Shootout and the Daytona 500 was a heck of a feat. Here's Doggy Coin Motorsports starting next to each other. Those two are saying that they have great cars this weekend. As we're going to take you back up front as we get ready for our starting command after our first ever pre-race show.
Drivers, start your engines!
See those exhausts firing up as these drivers are getting ready to roll here at Auto Club. 42 drivers ready to roll. As you will see your field, they're revving up those beautiful engines as 42 cars just went by. And we will take you to your starting lineup. You're back after your starting lineup. It's Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy. Obviously, Chevys are going to answer that Ford call that we had early on in Speed Weeks this year. But we haven't seen much about Toyota. Could Toyota turn that around today? They have a win with Jake Rogers, but they haven't really shown much since then. As we are green here at Fontana. Already a 4 wide going in the turn. Going into turn 1. Oh, James Silverfox all the way down. Silverfox has a problem. That messed up the whole restart. Sending cars everywhere as they're 4 wide off the corner. As this field is spreading out, we're getting word. We don't know what's wrong with Silverfox, as he obviously has a problem right now. That car is real slow. Maybe a flat tire is my guess, as he's not really having speed issues. But obviously going in that turn he had a problem, so probably has a flat tire. He may be able to stay on the lead lap if he gets back out there real fast. As Pichu London already takes an early lead with Charles Jackson going for the race lead. Chevy versus Toyota. I'm sorry for the camera angles here, they aren't the best, but I mean, they're good enough. As Jackson falls right in behind the 10, as you see him fly by here on Auto Club. And he stick his nose out there as he's coming to the inside. Look at that 3 wide back there. Look at the field. 3 by 3 by 2 by 2 by 3. It's all over the place. Just a mass of cars. As they're going 4 wide. Charles Sanford already getting shuffled back early on here. As he says he's going to wait and watch. We're hearing over the radio over that car. He wants to get down to the inside line just in case something were to happen. And it looks like he's going to do that. And he's going to shut the door on Trent Dunham. As, like we said, JGR was hoping to really change their luck and really get something going. And guess they answered what we asked them. 2 JGR cars leading up here today. Austin Talley and Charles Jackson. Jackson gets shoveled on the high side. Here comes Mark Hulbert, last week's winner. Jackson trying to get a run off the corner in the draft off his teammate. And it looks like he's going to still be able to stay in second. Going into turn 2 here. I mean 3. Oh, but Hulbert making a dangerous move down there as he just drove that car far and deep into the corner. As he's still trying to battle Jackson for second, but can't get it. Jackson's still holding on for second. It looks like these 2 Joe Gibbs racing cars are real fast. As Jackson looking to make another move, but that 11 gets a run off the corner. As we're going to take you to your fastest car on the track. That'll be the 66, the Tamor Delrick. Started towards the back, already making his way up here. As he's going to get forced 3 wide by Swan Racing car. As look at the field right now. Just a mass of cars everywhere. Let's check in on James Silverfox too. Is he back in the race? Yes, he is. He is 1 lap down, way in the back. He needs a caution to get that lucky dog. I think I heard screeching. No, we're good. Take you back up the front here. JGR still continuing the lead with William Duncan, our pre-race interview, one of our pre-race interview drivers back there in 3rd, just hanging back at this Toyota Ford. As I think we have a 4 wide back there as Austin Talley regains the lead. Got to be careful with the 4 wides going into turn 1. They just don't work out that well. And Nick Perigles gets shoved way out of the groove by his teammate Paul Swanson. Wow. Looks like I think Paul Swanson just totally forgot that they were teammates. As Perigles shoves him back to the outside line. Perigles not happy with his teammate right now. What was Swanson thinking? We have another 4 wide in the back here. We gotta be careful or that causes a wreck. Oh, it's a 22, shoves David Valzak out to the outside line, same with Chris Louviere. As Trent Dunham takes the lead, with Tamor Delrick taking second place and Jackie Tang going for third. As 2 JGR cars, all 3 JGR cars on the outside right near each other. They are all 3 up at the front. It looks like they are answering a call to put up some good finishes this week. As the only thing in between them right now is William Duncan, who's going to go down to the inside line. As, Duncan forced into a 4 wide maybe by the 4 of... no, he was able to keep it at 3 wide. Let's look at the move that he just pulled to go all the way down to the inside to get right to the back bumper of James Shelley. We have a battle for the lead. Tamor Delrick going for the lead as we have another 4. Was that a 4 wide back there? No, it was not. Tamor Delrick going for the lead over Trent Dunham. He will get it. Henry Sanford wants that second place now as William Duncan looking to make it 3 wide. Duncan makes it 3 wide going down the back straightaway. Who's Tang going to help? Who's going to help Henry Sanford? I don't think it's going to matter with Duncan on that inside line, but look at Henry Sanford, the run. He gets up to the 66 car. As he's going to go to the inside here. Who's going to lead back to the line? It's going to be Sanford by a splitter. More Delrick shoved to the outside line. Here come Duncan, Jackie Tang, Henry to Fitzwater, Dunham, and London back there. As there's a whole mass of fast cars back there waiting to pick up a win here. As it's still early on though, but heck, I think we're going to see one of our winners up here at the front early on. As Henry Sanford trying to run away with the lead right now. As he has no RCR teammates I see up here. It looks like his RCR teammates fell back. Except for the 31 of Mark Hulbert, and he's outside the top 10. Not far, but he's still outside the top 10. What happened to the 11 and 20 of Austin Talley and Charles Jackson? Wow, looks like they got stuck on the outside line too far. Austin Talley finally got back to the inside line, but it's probably going to take him a good while to get back up there, and Jackson's still stuck on the outside line. Because that is a tough break for him, as he's right behind Sean Galligan right there. As, was that a 4 wide going in the 1? No, it was not. It's going to single back up 3 wide. Jackson now to the inside line, as he's going to try to work his way back up to the front. As Henry Sanford still continues to lead, but they may lap game Silverfox again soon. As watch your speed going into turn 1 here that they're going to get. After 190 off the corner, and watch your speed at the start-finish line. 206 miles per hour at the start-finish line. Now, what's it going into turn 1? 213 miles per hour. Now, that's a fast speed. But he has a bumper full of William Duncan back there, but he has an RCR teammate coming up to help. That would be the 51 of Charles Sanford. Sanford and Duncan, good friends, but I don't think they're going to be friends out here on the racetrack. Henry Sanford and Charles Sanford, the brothers, first and third. Sanford on a mission to help his brother out before Duncan can make a move. Duncan's going to make a move, but he's going to block Sanford at the same time. As Charles Sanford looking to make it 3 wide maybe. 3 wide going into turn 3. Duncan shoves the 27 out to the high line. He's going to fall back like a rock, but Duncan also gets shoved out there also. As Charles Sanford, your pole sitter, retakes the lead here at Auto Club with Trent Dunham's help right there. Samper puts the nose down to the white line, about a lane up from it actually. Trent Dunham right on his tail, and you know who's up there in third? Max Tender, your Las Vegas winner. He did not do too good last week at Atlanta, but he's looking to turn that around today. As Charles Samper still continues to lead, as we're going to take a run by the field here of your top 10 and see what's going on. Samper is complaining of a tight race car, but he says the speed is phenomenal. Trent Dunham says his car is perfect, he's just waiting for the right moment. Max Tender says his car is just not handling how he would like it. He's really just trying to hang on, but somehow he's up here battling for the lead as he's trying to take second. Henrietta Fitzwater says the car is starting to overheat. She doesn't know why, but she's trying to figure it out as she's sitting there in the 4th position. Jackie Tang has not really said anything on the radio. All he said is, guys, I think we have a shot today. Austin Talley in 11 says, this is the best car I've ever had from this JGR team. I think I could pick up that win for our team today. James Shelley is saying that his car is doing amazing right now. Just absolutely amazing. As he just had to start in the back. He said his qualifying run was his fault. He messed up on the lap. He says his car is doing great and he's ready for a win today. Jake Baskinger, one of your pre-race interview drivers, is saying, I'm so glad our JGR team is doing good today because we really need a good run. Dylan Young is complaining of a really tight car through the center off. He says it's fast, but it's tight through the center off. He's hoping that they can do something about it. And Nicholas Guerrera, he's not even said a word over the radio. Not one. Run down to the top 10 there, as Charles Samper is still trying to keep the lead away from the poor Max Tender, as he's trying to block both lanes at once. Can he get it done, as the field is still within the 55. We're getting word that the 55 of PJ Williams has retired due to a tire rod issue, and that is a terminal malfunction, and his day is done, as he will end up 42nd today. Max Tender gets the lead in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Chevrolet. James Shelley in the Ford, or Love's Ford right there, that 38 machine, trying to maybe get the lead here going into turn 3. Dives down low, trying to maybe pull a slide job. Tender's probably going to get a great run off the corner. Who's going to lead back to the line? As it's going to be Max Tender by a nose. Someone else I noticed making his way up here is Alex Perkle. He's trying to wait till it's back with his teammate, Chris Louviere. But Alex Perkle, working his way up here, it looks like he just broke the top 10. As that Ford is real fast, as he has a great cause sponsoring that 84 machine. Jackie Tang fighting for first, as it's kind of a 4-car breakaway than the main pack here, as I think they're 4 wide back here. 4 wide. Oh, how's that gonna work? Oh, and they go up in the wall. Trent Dunham, Jake Baskinger, and Dylan Young. Baskinger, one of your pre-race drivers, hoping to do so well today. Wow, it's amazing how fast a race can turn on somebody. Trent Dunham, heavy damage. Jake Baskinger, heavy damage. Dunham, one of the fastest cars today, out of the race. Dylan Young, heavy damage. His day might be over. Wow. It's amazing how quickly things could change, as we were just about to get halfway, and it looks like 3 drivers wrecked. Dylan Young, Jake Baskinger, and Trent Dunham as they flew hard into the outside wall. Heavy damage for all 3 of them. Dunham is trying to limp around to the pack. around the pit road. You know who this really saved? James Silverfox, as that might allow him to get back on the lead lap. As what it would be if James Silverfox could maybe come back and win this race after last week finishing second. As Dunham limps down pit road, you can hear that motor going doo 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 doo. Probably broke a couple cylinders. And that car is terminal. Baskinger's still in pit road. As Dylan Young catches up to the end of the field, as we will take you to see your pit stops here. As we have some cars staying out, Henry Sanford, Alex Perkle, David Rochester. We have about half the field coming in, half the field staying out. I don't know about if staying out's a good idea. I think, especially at Fontana, where the tire wear is bad and the fuel mileage is close, I would want to get some tires. As whoa, the 23 almost slammed into the 51 there. We'll see our pit stops here. As who's going to win the race off pit road? As who's going to win off pit road? It looks like it's going to be Jackie Tang, James Shelley, Nicholas Guerrero, Max Tender, Mark Harbour, and now they're going too fast to remember. As will Baskinger get back out? Baskinger's still in pit road. It looks like Henry Sanford will take the lead here about halfway, as we will take it to see what happened. We are back. Looks like they're 4 wide. Dylan Young forcing a 4 wide. And Baskinger gets shoved out the high lane. Dylan Young could just not pull the move as he gets in the Trent Dunham. 18 was there, and watch us hit that Dunham, and Baskinger taking the wall. As Dylan Young barely was maybe going to get by that with maybe small damage until Dunham's rear end came back around and clipped him. Wow, that is a tough break for Dunham and Baskinger. I don't think they're going to be too happy with that 2 machine of Dylan Young. Let's take it on board here with the 1. As I have no idea what Dylan Young was thinking there. Let's take another view with the 18 of Jake Baskinger. One of your pre-race interview drivers thought was doing so well today, thought he could win this one, and it's amazing how fast stuff can change us. He was running in the 9th position. It's a hard hit for him. Hopefully he's okay. As you see the field scramble to get by, we will take you back to the green here at Fontana. We are back. The 1 of Trent Dunham has retired due to a clutch issue, and the 18 has retired due to an accident. Well, obviously he got a lot of damage. Silver Fox is actually still a lap down, and Henry Sanford is your leader, as the first car with fresh tires would be Jackie Tang, all the way back in the 24th position. But like I said, about half the field went in, half the field stayed out. Let's see how that's going to work for these drivers. As Henry Sanford leads us back to the green. Dylan Young is still in the race, but obviously you can see how far he is off the pace already. Silver Fox is a lap down, so you guys got to remember that as you're watching this race. You see the cars fly by down the back straightaway here. As it looks like Henry Sanford is using the 24 as a cushion between him and the 84, but it looks like the 24 wants to try to get his lap back the hard way. Well, actually, no, he would have been 2 laps down, my bad. Or maybe, I don't know. No, he would be back on the lead lap. Sometimes I get confused with that. Anyways, Alex Perkle is holding the lead, as that 24 could break away because he does have fresher tires, I believe. I do believe he came in for a pit stop. But let's see how fresher tires are doing for him. Doing quite well. Remember the 51 that started in the 24th? He's already up. He's passing cars left and right. And you know who else took 4 tires? That man right there in that 38 machine, James Shelley. Already breaking the top 20 when he started, I believe. 26th, around there. Another person coming up is Jake Rogers, trying to break the top 15 here, as he's your Rockingham winner, hoping to make it 2 this week. Let's check in on your other race winners. 9 of Jake Baskins, the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater, up here about to break the top 10 it looks like, as he's in like a Team Thunder sandwich pop most likely, as he has Nick Perigles behind him, Paul Swanson on the outside line, as he breaks the top 15, but he's going to get shoved into a 3 wide. Where's Max Tender? Max Tender back in 19th. He was one of the cars that took 4 tires that's making his way up to the front. As he's doing quite well here today. What about Mark Hallberg? What's going on with him today? Back in 22nd, stuck on that outside line. He's gotten up to the front of the field, not the lead. He's gotten up to the front, but not the lead. He's kind of just lingering back here right now. Is that another 4 wide I see? They aren't learning with these four wides. That's close. Sam Young just threading the needle. He's a man on a mission to get a win for Team Penske this season, as trying to maybe avenge his teammate who was the one who actually kind of caused that wreck. Get back up front here. See some TV there? Yeah, some TV. Anyways, Team Silver Fox still in front, as obviously he's just keeping that gap, hoping for a caution if he can get his lap back. As Duncan holds the lead, Alex Kirkle second, Louis Diodato third, Henry Sanford fourth, and it looks like Chris Washer wants to take fifth, but Tamor Delarick wants that, and Rochester gonna hold off for it. We have a battle for third. Sanford right there, Rochester there also, who's going to make a move first and get that nose out in front. Nobody going into 1, as Alex Perkle, a fellow Ford, is catching up to William Duncan. Duncan trying to hold off on the outside line, shuts the door on Perkle, and they fly by. Look how fast these guys are going. What's their speed reaching going into turn 3 now? 212. As Alex Perkle uses the bumper on William Duncan, but Duncan still may hold the position. Wow. Perkle really wants that lead away from Duncan. But if you use the bumper, that's allowing the 48 maybe to make a move on the outside of him. Sanford diving low under the 48. He's finally trying to get that position. Knocks him up high as they drag race down the back straightaway now. Sanford still can't hold up though, but as the 13 is looking to make it 3 wide possibly. That 48 is doing really well on that outside line, as he has the fastest lap time right now. And wow, it looks like the outside line is a good defense line right now. Not offense, but a good defense line. And look at which 2 drivers I said we were going to get up to the front real fast. Another one who I think came in for a pit stop is Charles Sanford. But look at James Shelley and Jackie Pang. They're already about to break the top. They already broke the top 5. Wow. See how much newer tires are doing for them. As Perkle's still trying to make a move on Duncan. I think he's going to make the move on the outside line. But that 48 is on Duncan's tail. Almost turned Duncan into Perkle. Louis Diodato, did he fall asleep or something? Well, wow, look at this 38 of James Shelley, a hard charge. If Duncan wants to win, he's going to have to hold off the 4 tires versus old. Another one is Jackie Tang going for third. As Duncan's going to have to try to use that clean air and just hold it as long as he can. Will James Shelley make a move going into turn 3? He's looking, but not there. Another driver that took 4 tires is Chris Louviere at 98. Dogecoin machine getting up to third. As right now it's 0 tires, 4 tires, 4 tires, 4 tires. And I don't know if Valzak came in. Valzak might have came in, so it might be 4 tires for the top, for 4 out of the top 5 positions. And look who just made a move for the race lead. James Shelley wants that race lead away from Duncan, but he has a back bumper full of Chris Louviere who wants that position. Oh, Duncan did not get a good run in that corner as he's just going to fall back. As these newer tires versus the old are just dominating right now. Yes, can the older tires compete with the newer tires? That's the question. As we are coming within 11 to go here. As a lap car might also come into play because they are catching Dylan Young. I think they'll catch him for the end of this race. They allow James Silverfox to gain in position. As Louviere is now starting to run away from this pack. Now the question is, can he hold off? As I think he's using the draft from the 24 to his advantage. As we are coming up on 10 to go here at Auto Club. Louviere running away from it right now. Valzak trying to catch up to him. As Stuart Haas, RCR type, RCR affiliated, RCR, Roush Yates, JGR, Austin Talley finally trying to get a good run. As he wants to make his team owner Jake Baskinger proud, as he needs to step his game up or he could lose his ride. As he's complaining about not having good cars, but obviously I think that they could reunite their friendship if he can get his act together. And Duncan right back there also. Now the question is, do the drivers who stayed out have enough fuel to make it to the end? As it is single file through most of the field, and another person who I see trying to get up to the front. How about that 22? Stayed in the back all race. Now he's coming up to the front when it counts. What does that tell you? Does that show you that the 22 saved his car and may have more of a car left to win this race than some of the other drivers? Smart by Sam Young in that 22. As they're finally about to pass James Silverfox, who's kind of that buffer between them. As Stuart Haas is second and third right now. As it's a 2-car breakaway. Well, 3 cars if you count James Silverfox. As Valzak tries to take the lead now. As there has been no team that has won twice this season. Could Stuart Haas pull that off today? They have 2 cars that are real fast that could obviously do it right now. As they got 3 cars within the Fast 8. So, I mean, they're the best team that could do it right now. What about Joe Gibbs? Austin Talley on his way up there. What about Penske back there in the 22? And maybe, just maybe, an RCR car. Could RCR get 2 in a row? That's what Charles Sanford would like to hear, so he can keep his team for more than 2 years. Now, the rule about that is you can't keep a team for more than 2 years unless one of your cars wins a championship. That doesn't mean you can't race for that team, though. I mean, you can still race for that team, just can't own the team. As David Valzak starting to run away from this one with 6 to go. As Chris Louviere and Max Tender trying to catch up to him. As it is going single file through most of the field right now. They're just kind of keeping a draft bubble going. They're probably going to catch Dylan Young for the end of this. Louviere on his way. Max Tender also trying to get up there. Austin Talley with a couple other cars have caught this group. Can anybody catch Valzak? As we've seen, once a Stuart Haas car gets a lead, they tend to run away with it in the closing laps. That's Louviere really trying to run down that 14. He wants to get a win for his 14 now. He's hoping James Silverfox don't make a move, because that would probably piss him off real bad, because Silverfox is a lap down. If Silverfox really wanted to do it, I would just pull to the inside and just let this pack fly by. And just because he'll still catch Dylan Young probably, as they will definitely catch Dylan Young actually. As it's kind of like a couple car breakaway pack here. As you can see, their tires are getting old now. Those cars that didn't pit, did they have enough to make it? And you know what I noticed? The cars up front dominating this race right now are the cars who took tires. Exactly. The cars that took tires. And James Silverfox is going to help the 98 past the 14, but the 2 is going to hold him up. The 2 needs to get to the inside line right now. As he pulls down the pit road. As that made it 4 wide. Look at Charles Sanford slicing and dicing. As he's going to go down to the bottom and try to take first. But he might get second here as that bunched the pack right back up. Good Sanford, the pole sitter, win. Jake Rogers won from the pole back at Rockingham. Could Sanford do that today at Fontana? What about James Shelley right there? As it's Ford, Stewart Haas, RCR, front row, and I guess you can go with Joe Gibbs right there. It's hard to tell right there. Oh, and is that car pitting, I see? Yes, it is. They could not make it on fuel. 2 laps too short. It's Valzak versus Louvier. What about these 5 other cars? Could these cars coming out of the pit be a problem? As they're going to catch Dylan Young again. As we are coming to the white flag, 4 drivers have a shot to win it. Louvier might get held up by the 2 car. No, he flies by on the outside. Charles Sanford right there in second. Could Sanford make a move? The hometown hero. Sanford wants to win at his home track. Can he catch Valzak? He may be out of time. It's too little too late for Charles Sanford. David Valzak comes out of turn 4. And he will win here at Auto Club. Second win of the season for Stewart Haas. What a race by David Valzak. It looks like 4 tires paid off after all. Charles Sanford going to come home with second. The hometown hero just that close here today. Valzak getting the win as Stewart Haas picks up its second win of the season, as they are looking damn strong right now. Congratulations to David Valzak, as we will take you to your race results. Hell of a job by him. One of your Fast 8 drivers is going to pull off the win here today at Auto Club, as we will take you to your race results. Congratulations to David Valzak in first. Charles Sanford picking up that second. The hometown hero just couldn't pull it off. Sanford, a lot of fans rooting for him, but just that close. Just that close. Louvier third. James Shelley going to pick up a 4th. How about Sam Young making a run for 5th? Jackie Tang at 6th. Nice run for that team. Brady Talley 7th. Austin Talley, the brothers, finishing 7th and 8th. Sean Galligan 9th, and Nicholas Guerrero 10th. As here is the rest of the field. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the race and the pre-race show. I thought it was a cool idea. I'll probably improve it as races go on. You'll just notice new different stuff. But congratulations to David Valzak. It's a hell of a job by him. And thanks for watching, guys. See you next week, as we will take you to your season standings.